Alright, gang, welcome back to our Pioneer Challenge on Alone in the World. It's February, day 2. We're beginning the re-drill of this field here. We're putting in sorghum, so we've got to get this going. Once we get this to a certain point, I'm going to put a worker on doing the rest of the drilling here. And we're going to move over there to that side. We talked about it before, right? We said we were going to put another field out there. We're going to do that. I probably... I don't know. I was going to say I'll probably maybe mow some of that grass and take some of that to put into our silage pit, but I'm not positive I'm going to do that yet. But we might. Now, a lot of you have been mentioning, well, why don't I just turn one of these fields into a grass field? I certainly can, but we've got all this grass, just all this grass everywhere that really, it's not good land for us to put a field down in. And I understand that I'm not getting the best yield out of this grass on the ground because it's just kind of weeded up grass, but there's still plenty of it, too much of it, honestly. You saw how it was in the last, well, it wasn't, whenever the last time we mowed, right? We got so much grass from a small, parcel of land. I just don't think that we need it yet. Maybe eventually down the road we might, but right now I don't think we need it based off the size of our equipment, and all that stuff, right? So I had a lot of issues, and the last time we actually even took the silage out of the pit, I was getting stuck left and right. So I just don't think we're quite there yet. It's a great idea, and I probably will implement that at some point, but I just don't think we need it yet. So that's the main reason why we haven't done it. So just wanted to level set with you all and make sure you guys are all understanding of the reason why. I should have kept on going there. I'm going to do a second pass. And the reason why I haven't, decided to make one of these fields just a grass field is that's the main reason. So hopefully that makes sense, because there's no, we could do something there on this hill here, but the harvester would have a hell of a time trying to harvest that, right? So I'm just going to leave it as grass, and we'll utilize that for our grass when we need it. So for silage or for whatever else, hay, whatever it may be. I think it's our best bet at the current state. And right now, the silage, we don't really need it specifically right now. We still have so many trees on the farm right now that we don't need it yet. So I guess that's what I'm getting at, is that the trees are so lucrative for us right now. We don't need to do the silage all the time. And we do a silage on a lot of series already, different series that I'm running and have ran already. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing to not do as much silage, if that makes any sense. Now, yes, I am technically losing more money than I could have by not doing the silage all the time, just constantly having silage in there. But it's all right. It's not that big of a deal, in my opinion. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're all doing well. In case you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I announced that the new mini-series will be coming out not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, so just under 2 weeks from now. So that's exciting. I know some of you have been excited and interested in that, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun one, man. So make sure you keep a lookout for that. Let's put this on a worker. And actually, before we go forward, is there any... Ooh, there are some tractors out there for us. Turn that off for a minute. We might be buying another tractor here today, gang. That is nice, but I don't really like that. This is more up our speed here, I think. Up our speed. More our speed here. 210. That's pretty good, because I think the one we have here is 326, so that's a good middle-of-the-ground one. This is 114, so that's perfect. So we're going to buy this Massey Ferguson. I'm going to make sure I bump it up to 210, though, so we'll spend the extra money on that. 96 grand. Not cheap, by any means. Obviously, we sold some more trees, as you can tell, because we have more money. What is this doing? Oh, it's the interior stuff. I'm not really, I'm impartial. It doesn't really matter to me. I don't... Let's just stick with the standard. Anniversary edition costs more money. $200 more. I don't really care about the monitors. I don't really care about that, honestly. Beacon lights. We'll just leave it where it was. Additional lights. I mean, I don't know how much night work we're going to be doing, but I mean, it's only 400 bucks. Let's do it. Yeah, yes, we want the United States, I think. Or do we? Gives us more. I don't think we need it. Let's just leave it off. Joystick, I don't care. I don't care. Front loading attacher. Don't really need it yet. Maybe eventually we might. We have that small tractor still that we can utilize for that. Main color. I can change the color, I guess. Expensive. Don't really necessarily want to spend the money on that. So we'll leave it as red. Rim color. I might spend the money on the rim color, though. I don't know. $3,000. Why is that one $3,000? And this is only 1,000. We'll leave it silver. We'll leave it. We'll save some money that way. Alright, that's what we're going with. The Massey Ferguson MF7S. All our money's gone. But it was worth it. Oh, there's a baler out here, too. A Heston baler, too. Nah. We don't need that just yet. So let's grab our Massey Ferguson here. And then we'll need to get our cultivator plow. That's just a plow, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a plow. We just need to get our plow. And we're going to head on over to the other side and try to plow out a path for us. Now, the path we're going to do, I'm not sure yet, honestly. Man, that's a good-looking tractor. That is a good-looking tractor, gang. I really like that tractor a lot. We're going to have to get rid of some trees. There are some trees in the way. Remember that when we went over there and we rode over there with Jester. And we kind of took a look at that area. We did see that there was definitely some things that need to be chopped down and removed. Some trees that need to be chopped down and removed. To really get the grand scheme of what we want, right? So I really, really like the way that our farm has come together now, though. We've got an awesome farm, I think. I need to work on this area right here. The track over to this. I need to work on this, and then a track over this way. I mentioned I was going to do a track this way. And now that we're going to put an actual field over here, we definitely need to work on the track over this way. Have the track run this way, in between these trees. It'd be nice. So, the area we're going to put it in is over here, where it's kind of flat-ish. It's not perfect, but it's not bad. Somewhere around in this area, and kind of wrap around here. Now, the problem, which we always mention, is that I don't really have an idea exactly of where our land ends at. So I'm going to have to do some flipping back and forth between the menu here for a little bit, gang. So just bear with me while I get through this. I might even expand it more, but let's just at least try to get something down of some kind of an outline. Okay, not much further can I go here. I think we're going to call that about as close as I'm willing to do for now. Looks like I can go a little bit further, so let's do that. So again, this is going to be some trial and error here. It's going to take me a while to figure this out. But I think as long as I kind of just stay in this path here, for the most part, I should be okay. And then kind of turn when I get down here towards the trees here. Somewhere around there, I think, would probably be good. It's going to be an awkward shaped field, but that's okay. That's okay. Don't really mind awkward shaped fields that much, except for the fact that it's not good for the workers. If you start utilizing workers, it gets a little clunky, but otherwise, I'm okay with them. They don't really bother me. This might be a little bit difficult for the harvester, but we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. We'll try to come back over here and combine with this field. Or this track that we already made. This hill right here might be a little much on the hill and everything for the header. I don't know. Maybe we can try to flatten it out a little bit, but we're gonna see what happens, I guess. So we're just going to expand it out a little bit more, since we looked at the map there and it looked like it was, we were able to do a little bit more than what I'm doing now. So just try to straighten it out a little bit more. Might be a little too close here, but we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Hope for the best. It's like an Indian arrow or something. Arrowhead. It's kind of what it looks like, doesn't it? On the map, the mini map. Or just a carrot on the computer. I don't know. It's a weird shape. It's a very, very weird shape. But technically, well, I mean, that hill is probably not the best, but technically, if we get rid of some of these trees over here, I mean, we could expand this field into here to an extent. It doesn't look perfect in there, but is an area here at the front, it looks like, that's relatively flat until it gets to about here-ish, right? Where I could expand the field into this. So if we get rid of some of these trees, that might help make the shape look a little bit better, maybe. So these trees have got to go. It says it's chopping, but I don't see any chopping occurring here, so I don't know if this is actually going to work or not. I'm going to give it a second and see what happens. I mean, you can hear the sound of chopping occurring. No, nothing's happening. I didn't think so. And I have to chop this way up there? Oh my goodness. It's not really where I wanted to chop it at, but I guess we'll have to. I'm not really going to be able to plow the field up with that kind of stump. I'm going to have to bring the stump grinder over here. Same thing with this one. It's not letting me go down very low. Oh, there we go. All right, that one's much better. Well, this one was much better than the other one. I don't understand why that one wouldn't let me chop it down so low. Maybe it's the way that I was, standing. Maybe there's more of a hill there than I expect. I don't know. In any case, they're all down, so I've got to get everything over here to take care of them. But before we do that, let's just kind of go around here once more inside, and we'll get this going. And then I'll, grab everything else as I need it, and we'll come over here and get all the trees moved, get the stumps grinded, and all that good stuff. The workers should be close to being done at this point. Maybe. Is he stuck? No, he's going. It just looked like he was... I would have thought he would have been further along than he is, but... I mean, he's not doing too bad. There's still a lot done. That's probably only 4 or 5 more passes, maybe 6. So what we might end up doing here, gang, I talked about doing firewood, right? We might put a production down for the trees here, for firewood. Eventually, we probably are going to have to either get rid of get rid of the wood chip, production or get a different one. Because eventually we're going to get so far away from it, it's going to take forever to you know, take the trees there, and it's not really going to be the most time-efficient production that we could have, so we might either have to move it or do something else, but I'm going to look in this area. I don't really know if there is anywhere, because I pretty much took up all the relatively flat land for this field, but I'll look and see if there's anywhere that maybe we can put down the firewood production, and that way we can start. Maybe we just take these trees to the firewood instead of carrying them and lugging them all the way back over there. It's not a short hike by any means. Now that would, if we do the firewood, it would take up pretty much the remainder of our money. But that's okay. I also need to spend some time, since I'm trying to do the best I can here to put tracks in, I need to spend some time doing some more track work. Obviously, I mentioned that on the way here, right? I gotta do a track to here. But we could make some better tracks if we decide to put the firewood back here to other locations, right? Because we're not always going to be coming from this angle. We might be coming from over there or something. So, have some more tracks in might be a smart play, especially on these hills and stuff where we really can't do a whole lot. At least from a field perspective. We probably could do grapes and olives on the hills, and that might end up being what we do. I think I mentioned that before, but we might end up just having lots of little celled off areas of grapes and olives or whatever. I don't know if that's really the most beneficial, but we might end up doing that. I did some more research on another series, on my Broke to Billionaire series. Trying to figure out other ways to figure out how much I've sold of, like, you know, flour and things like that, and I can't figure it out for the life of me. And maybe it's a console limitation, but I've got to figure something out for that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I have to just keep track of it, like pen and paper or something. I don't know. I'm going to have to figure something out. So, let me see if I can find the firewood quickly before we run out of time here. I probably won't be able to, but I know it's somewhere in this vicinity. Is it this one? It's this one. $45,000. It's a lot. There's not really... I mean, we could go here, maybe, but that's still kind of far away from where we were talking about. Like, I really need to put it somewhere over in this vicinity, but the hills are just not... They're not really cooperating there, so I'm going to have to do some more... probably land work, really, to make that work, which I can do. That's fine, not a big deal, but it's going to take me some time to do that, so I probably will have to do that one a little bit off camera, right? So I think that's what I'm going to do for now, gang. Give me a little bit of time here. I'm going to go off camera for a minute. Let me see if I can figure out some way to put down that firewood production. Because I think that would be beneficial down here. I don't know how much it'll hold, but we don't get all these trees, but there's a good chunk of them we can get, and then these, obviously. And then maybe we can keep the rest of these trees, well, most of these trees, at least, for the wood chips, right? Maybe that's the path we go here. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do and see if I can... Maybe I can just level out or flatten some land, something to put this in and make it look... seamless, or like it's meant to be there, I guess. Alright, gang, we're back. I put it down. I took away a tiny bit of the land that we just kind of drilled, or not drilled, plowed up, cultivated up, whatever you want to call it, to put it here. It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it's pretty much the best we got without taking over a bunch of the land, so... Do I need to push it in there further? Is that what the problem is? I have all the beacons on because I wanted to try everything out here. Turn that on. I must have to push it in further. Oh boy. We might have to take over more of the land then if I know that, because I'm going to have to obviously get angles like this to be able to push things in there. It might be better off if I was to chop these down too, but we're just going to go with it. There it goes. Maybe I just need to be a little bit more, maybe. That's all it was. But anyway, we got firewood in bulk happening now, so that's good. I'm probably going to let one pallet spawn. I think they spawn over here on this side, but in any case, I'm gonna probably let one spawn just to look at it, and then I'll probably put it on selling, because I do believe right now is the best time to sell it anyway. So we might have to, like I said, touch that area up a little bit more, give myself a little bit more room to play with, but we really should only be coming from those trees and maybe those trees over there moving forward, right? It's just these here that are kind of in the way. I mean, I guess we could take some from there, but still, we have a different angle to go at it, so we'd probably be in better shape. But we'll see. If we have to kill some crop or remove some crop or whatever to make it work, and then that's what we have to do, right? Now, I don't know with this one. I would assume it is, because it's pretty much the same kind of building that we were originally taking our trees to sell them at early on in the series. So I would assume it's probably in the situation where if you do chop them up and take off the branches and everything, you probably make more money, but we're going to go on the fashion of, even if it does, we're going to go a different path with it. We're going to just put these three in here as they are and go from there. Once we get everything kind of sorted out here a little bit more. I keep sliding in an area right there. I wonder if there's something in the ground there, or something I need to smooth out, maybe. Yeah, there was like a hill or something there, because it flew down. The money flew down, and now it's barely moving. So there was something there, but hopefully that fixed it. But maybe eventually, I guess what I'm trying to get at, maybe eventually we will get some better tree working equipment, forestry equipment, to utilize to bring stuff there, right? And probably not even maybe, it probably will. That probably will happen at some point. Now I'm gonna probably, after we're done with this, I'm going to jump back into the plow really quick, and we're going to get a bit of a mini time-lapse here going. We'll get the rest of this field cleaned up. I'll probably go over and get the stump grinder, get the stumps out, because I'm going to have to, really. And then when that's done, we're going to go grab the drill, and we're just going to come over here, and we're going to drill into this immediately. We're going to put something in the ground pretty much immediately. So for now, let's just place this here. We probably are going to have to eventually get another winch, or like I said, or like upgrade our forest equipment, like I said, right? So I also put in a track, as you can see. So I've got the track going here. Like I said, I want to go through these trees. I thought it'd be cool. And I got it connected up to here. And then I just put a little extension here to go into our main area. So that's all taken care of. So some good upgrades. So let's get into this. Let's get this field done. It won't take too long. We'll have to go get the wood chip. Not the wood chip. The stump grinder. I was going to say the wood chip grinder. The stump grinder. Get rid of the stumps, and we'll see where we're at, gang. All right, we're fully underway here, getting this field drilled. I've got the worker going here. I will probably take over for the worker here at some point, but we've got a few other things we need to accomplish before we do that, so we'll let the worker do their thing. We're probably going to have to refill that drill up. I probably should have did it before I came over here, but I'd already kind of got most of the way here before I really noticed it. I didn't really look, and I should have. So that's on me. But if we have to fill it back up, we have to fill it back up. It's not that big of a deal. Turned into a pretty nice field, though, that did. And we got all the stumps out of the ground. That one bigger stump was giving me some issues, as you saw. But we got it there eventually. Yeah, things are going well. So let's put this back over here. You probably saw me look at it a few times in the time-lapse. I didn't even really... Maybe I did say it when we first started. I don't remember, though. It's been a while. But I don't recall that little tiny skinny lake over there. Well, it's not our lake, I guess, but I don't recall that. So I think what we'll do is... We got the right Jester anyway, so let's just take Jester for a stroll over there by that little skinny lake and go take a look at it. Now, one thing we do have to do is we have to spray the field that the worker drilled over here for us. This field right here has to be sprayed with some herbicide, so we'll do that today as well. Just to, get rid of it, just to touch it up, and we don't have to worry about it in the next episode, because I suspect the next episode... Well, quick save here. But I suspect in the next episode, this field here, this sorghum field, will be ready to harvest. Yeah, it definitely will. The other ones, I think, still are going to have another month before they're ready, but... The big sorghum field should be ready, which is good, because then we can expand that. As you know, we took out a lot of the trees over there, or at least all the trees we could. So we can expand that field a little bit more and make it even bigger. So I don't know if I'll get rid of any of the trees in this little tiny patch here. Maybe on the backside, potentially. But I just really like that little stroll through with the... like a tree tunnel, or whatever you want to call it, right? These, I think we'll probably get rid of most of these, at least the ones we can get rid of. Because I want to expand this field eventually, too, like I said, to try to square it off this way a little bit, maybe. It's still not going to be a perfect shape. It's still going to be a very, very awkward-looking shape, but regardless, it'll make it a little bit better, I think. So it should be just right here, I think. Yeah. I mean, I really like the way this lake looks. It's got the steep cliff hillside there, whatever you want to call it, with the trees up there. Does it just kind of end up here? Kind of looks like it. Yeah. Some trees leaning sideways. I just really like this area. This is cool. This might be the land we pick, but I've said that about a bunch of different areas, so we'll have to really make a decision here. This is just a big drop-off. Oh, there's another lake down here. That's a huge lake. Oh, this is a massive cliff. Don't go down there, Jester. Nope, you're going to die if you go down there, buddy. It's got a bridge over it, too. That's kind of cool. Huh. Well, I'm glad we took the stroll over here. All right, let's get Jester back. He should have... This should be plenty for his daily riding requirement. We can brush him off, clean him up. I don't think he really needs any food. Let me get into a better area to look at the menu here, but I don't think he needs any food. I think he's okay for now. Oh, I have to wait till he's back in the pen. Hold on a second. I won't be able to answer that yet. Let me get him back to the pen. All right, he's back in the stable here. Let's go brush him up. Looks like he's got plenty. I think he can only hold 4,000 food, and he's got 3,900 and something. All right, his cleanness is 100, so he's golden. Yeah, 3,920. Yeah, I mean, we could put a tiny bit in there, maybe a very, very tiny bit, but it doesn't need to be. I mean, everything's golden. He's in great condition, so I'm not going to worry about him. He's good to go for today. So, while the worker continues to drill that new field over there, we're going to get into the sprayer here. We've got to unload whatever fertilizer we have and pick up all this herbicide off the ground here. I've got to figure out a better way to store that than just laying it around. I might look into some kind of a silo, liquid silo, or something like of that nature to help assist us with that. But for now, we're not really utilizing this space anyway, so it can just stay here. Not really like the most ideal situation, because I'd like it to look a little bit better than that. Just having things just laying around, but is what it is. I mean, our barn is a mess anyway. We got just junk laying around all over the place in that, so, and we can't get rid of it, so. Now, when the sorghum's ready to harvest, we can put the chickens down, which is going to be great. Like I said, like the next episode when the sorghum's good, we should be golden then. I mean, we've got some oat still for Jester, so we're good on that. The other oat field that we have, it should be ready to harvest relatively soon. Yeah, I mean, really, it looks like these 4 here are going to be about ready at the same time, almost. It's kind of what it seems like, at least. Alright. We are full. So I'm going to start over here. And the width of this thing is gigantic, so this won't take us any time to do, but I kind of want to do this a little bit strategically, and what I mean by that is we've got trees all over the place on this field. So if I can sort it out to where I hit all the areas where the trees would typically be, bear with me for a minute here, gang, this is going to be a bad view for a minute, but if I can hit all of these at the way that I'm going now, I don't have to worry about the trees being in the way, because I'm going at it from the right angle. Perfect. Flip around here. I'm probably going to hit that tree. Nope, I didn't. That's a miracle. Turn it off. It said turn it off like 9 times and it didn't turn it itself off. That's annoying. Wasted a little bit of herbicide there. Oh well. All right. It is done. We can fold this up and put this away. I probably can drive right through here after it's folded. Now, between the next episode, well, between now and the next episode, I'm going to be knocking down some more trees, so you'll continue to see a little bit of a different skyline, I guess, in the background. Skyline's probably not the right word, but view, because there's really no city or anything, but you continue to see a different view as we look out this way. I don't necessarily love getting rid of all of the trees out there, but we're probably going to get rid of some of them. You can just look out there and you can see the different view from what it used to be, right? I'm probably going to get rid of a lot of these, honestly, gang. So just be prepared when that time does come and there's a lot gone. That's the reason why. That's our money maker for now. Ideally, with the next episode, we're at a point where we can, if we haven't, we're very close to paying off the loan, right? That's the ideal situation for us, I think, is to... is that not drilled? Doesn't look like that was drilled to me. I'm going to go back and fill these up, but the ideal situation is for us to pay off the loan in the next episode or the following one. Somewhere in the March region, we figure out a way to pay off the loan. All right, when to fill this up, we're back. Not much left to do over here, honestly. There's just this little corner over here, and we're done. So not a whole lot. I think we don't have anything else to do today. Yeah, those have all been... Oh, this needs to be fertilized. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. That has to be fertilized a second time. Because we tried to do it... actually, it might be the following episode. I think we tried to do it in the last episode, didn't we? I don't know. So, bear with me, gang. I apologize if you're like, what are you talking about, Z? It's been a couple of days. Well, it's been over a week since I've done one of these. I had a few of them lined up and had to have some stuff going on that I couldn't do what I normally would do. So, I'm a little behind on this one, so my brain's a little foggy on these. We'll go look at them. We'll go look at them and see after we're done with this. Last thing I want to do is jump to March, and I was supposed to fertilize those the second application, and we lose some yield. I don't want to do that. Now, granted, I could fertilize them in March, but with the sprayer. But I mean, I'm trying to do it. Well, I guess I shouldn't say fully realistic because it's not. But I'm trying to do it in the order that we should be doing it, right? If that makes any sense. I don't want to wait until they've germinated another stage, then I'm in trouble, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this turned into a pretty big field here. It's not as big as some of the other ones we got, but it's still a good size. This is a good size field. This is going to be a real good profit for us. A lot of canola out of this. I don't think we have canola in anywhere yet, so it was a good thing that I decided to do canola. No, we did not have canola in anywhere, so... Now, realistically, we don't really need to be doing a whole lot of the canola, or the soybeans. I guess you can do soybean flour, though, but... because, you know, that's not really what the stage 1 objectives are, but this will, you know, give us the potential to make a lot of money. So, canola oil, right? We've got that production we put down for the grapes, but we can make canola oil in that same production, so this will be useful there. Now, one of the main things we're going to upgrade here in the near future, depending on how long we keep this tractor for, if we continue to keep it or not, is the drill. Our fields are going to keep getting bigger, and we have large fields already, as it is, so ideally I'd like a drill that has a bigger width. I'm impartial if it only has the seed in it and I have to do fertilizer separately, because we've got that sprayer, and that sprayer is so huge it really takes no time to do anything, so... I'm impartial there. If it has it, great. If it doesn't, not that big of a deal, in my opinion. Now, you probably saw it when I was getting ready to go off camera in the last one. I did I did kill a tiny bit of crop right there. It's not that big. I mean, it sucks, but it's not that big of a deal. It wasn't going to be that big of a yield increase. It's only going to be probably like 10 liters. So, it's not anything major. I have to look away when I go to flip the, turn the camera off, or, you know, basically hit stop recording. I have to look away for a second, and so that path I gave myself there really isn't big enough. I should have made it bigger than that, but, you know, we can touch that up later. Alright, so let me look at this. I mean, I think I need to fertilize it now. Right? So I probably should have checked these fields before I emptied the fertilizer out of this and then and then got all the herbicide in there. I would have saved myself a few more minutes by going the other route, but that's all right. Now, we will have to do a few passes here, it looks like. I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think I was able to reach the entire thing. It was close, but I don't think it reached the entire way, so... let's get going. Yeah, it's not the whole thing, it's just part of it that needs to be sprayed too. Which I kind of saw on the map, right? Excuse me. So for over here, I'm going to have to try to go as far over to the left as I can and then shrink the spraying width down here. All right, we're all done. Yep, we're golden. Awesome. So we're gonna put this away, gang, and we're going to leave the episode there. A little bit probably shorter than what they have been lately, but we got everything we wanted to get done today accomplished. There's really no other room for us to put any more fields in at current. I'm going to get rid of a lot more trees probably between now and the next episode, hopefully. If I don't, then maybe we'll have to do an episode with doing some trees. It's been a while since we've done one of those, so we might. But I'll try to get rid of some of them at least early on, even if we decide to do that path. But again, the next episode, I do think the sorghum field will be ready to harvest, and that's a big field, so that's going to take a while anyway. So, hope you enjoyed it. Once again, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you're new, and it's free. It's free, and it helps me out a ton. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, ideas, feel free to let me know down below in the comments. I'm happy to get back to you on this. Make sure you check out my other channel, Zorch Entertainment. Links below in the description. I'm doing a lot of other games that are not Farming Simulator on there. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so I would appreciate all of your support. And until next time, I'll catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.